Hare Krishna, and welcome to
Hare
another conversation with the Vaishnavis. Today we'll be discussing a very interesting topic, and that is Radha Kund. And to impart knowledge on this topic, we have with us Her Grace Padma Radha Mataji from ISKCON Perth. So I'll just introduce a little bit about Mataji. She was born and brought up in India and in a Hindu family, and she was always very curious about why do we have so many gods. She moved to Australia in 2010 after her marriage, and she joined ISKCON Perth in 2012, along with her husband, His Grace Kirtananand Chaitanya Prabhuji. And it was then that all their queries regarding the Supreme and the demigods were answered. They both took initiation from His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj in Mayapur in 2016. Today, they have a very beautiful 10-year-old son. She works full-time as a physiotherapist, and she's very actively involved in the various temple services like organizing retreats, outreach preaching, DT festival cooking, and she has also served as the Vaishnavi representative of Perth and has taken up a very responsible role in the ISKCON Perth management team towards congregational development. She loves visiting Vrindavan and attending ISKCON retreats all over the world. So welcome, Mataji, and it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I don't think I deserve that introduction, but so kind of you to introduce me in such a lovely manner. And thank you for inviting me to speak on such an exalted topic. Let me know, how can I serve you?
Thank you, Mataji. So yes, without wasting any time, let's impart some knowledge to our viewers who are waiting to know more about Radha Kund. So can you share some details about it and why is it so important that today we have this as a discussion topic?
Well, Radha Kund. I'm definitely not qualified to speak on the topic Radha Kund, but because of the mercy of our acharyas, as well as our beloved Srila Prabhupada, that we could actually talk about the glories of Radha Kund, because of them writing books and imparting us this knowledge, that today we know the glories of Radha Kund. So, why Radha Kund is important to us? A wonderful question to know. So, Radha Kund is none other than the liquid form of Radharani. We say that this in Kali Yuga, that we are not very fortunate sometimes because the lifespan is small, we have short memory, but at the same time, on this planet Earth, what we have is the Radha Kund. Yes, Radha Kund is up in the Golok Vrindavan. Radha Kund is eternal, Shama Kund is eternal, but by the unlimited mercy of Radha and Krishna, we could have the Radha Kund on this planet as well. So, Rupa Goswami, in his Upadeshamrita, the Nectar of Instruction, in text 9, he says that Mathura is superior than the Golok, Vrindavan, because why? Krishna took birth in Vrindavan, in Mathura. But more than Mathura, Vrindavan is more superior because Krishna spent his childhood pastimes there, performed various leelas there. But then more superior to Vrindavan is the Govardhan Hill because with his own hands, Krishna lifted the Govardhan Hill for 7 days. But then the most superior comes is the Radha Kund.
Okay.
Because Krishna himself said that your Radha Kund is going to be more renowned than any other thing in this world. Will you like to hear about the appearance of Radha
Yes,
Kund?
definitely. I mean, it's so absorbing topic, and I'm sure our viewers are waiting to know more about it. Like, from where did it appear, and what is the story behind this?
Yes, it's a beautiful story. We really like to hear about the appearance of Radha Kund again and again because it's a beautiful exchange between Radha and Krishna.
Okay.
So on the 8th day in the month of Kartik, as we know, the most auspicious month that we have been practicing, you yourself has been practicing Kartik month with great love and devotion. So on the 8th day of the Kartik month, Krishna was just returning home after his usual activities. Krishna's usual activities are taking the cows and the calves to the forest, letting them graze, play with his friends there, and in the evening, return home. So Krishna was normally returning home, but Krishna's best friend, Kamsa, was waiting for Krishna. As you know, that Kamsa has sent many, many demons to kill Krishna, but nobody could do anything. So in this list, the last demon comes on this day to Vrindavan, and his name is Arishtasura. So Arishtasura, in the form of a bull, comes sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna. So when he enters Vrindavan, there is a trembling happening in Vrindavan. Everybody was getting scared. It's a bull that was so huge that his hump was actually touching so close to the clouds. It was such a huge demon. So when he was putting his one foot down, there was a trembling in Vrindavan. He was putting another foot down, there was a trembling happening. How when we sometimes see an elephant walking, we can't even imagine. It's nowhere close to an elephant. So then he was going, and they said that he was such an angry demon in the form of a bull that the urine and the stool was passing from his back when he was actually taking a step. About this, it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam in Canto 10, chapter 45. It's a conversation, but it is mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which is mentioned into our Bhagavatam about this conversation from the Puranas. So then, when he was walking, it scared the people of Vrindavan so much that they say that the pregnant ladies, as well as the pregnant cows, they had an abortion. It was such a thunder like noise happening when he was coming. So all the people of Vrindavan were definitely worried that, all this is happening. And then, of course, where did they had to run? They had to run to Shamasundar, to Krishna for help. That Krishna, please help us. Because they know that so many demons, how easily Krishna is looked after. And that is their shelter that they had to run to. And Krishna, being Govinda, he was standing in his form very nicely. He's like, not to worry. He is relaxed. He is not worried. The poor demon is putting his 100% trying to scare everybody that it is my dramatic entry, but that doesn't scare our Krishna. He is happily there. And then this demon, Arishtasura, gets closer to Krishna. And now he's making an effort, like how we try to run. We take a pace first because we have to run like a sprint. And that is what this demon wanted to do. Even though he being such a huge demon, he still had to think so much to just kill little Krishna because he himself also somewhere knew that that is not in his hands. But because he was given this job, he had to do it through Kamsa. So he's trying to pace now. And then Krishna standing there peacefully. When he gets close to Krishna, it goes in a bull form. What does Krishna does? Gets its horns, rotate him, throw it. That's Krishna can do to do these things, even though how huge the bull can be. Now that make the bull even more angry. That right, I come in to kill him, and now he's just done me very simply. He gets that power again, get closer to Krishna. Krishna get onto his horn, rotate him again, and throw him 60 miles away. With just a simple throw, with no effort, no sweat coming out of Krishna, and this demon is dead. So this beautiful pastime was happening during twilight. So Krishna has returned from Vrindavan, from his forest activity to Vrindavan, and now he's getting ready for his night pastimes, which is the Rasa Leela, because it happened during the twilight time. So anyways, Krishna had to do an extra job, and now he's heading towards Radharani and the gopis after killing Arishtasura. When he heads down to Radharani and gopis, they are like, stay away. This time, because the news spreads away, Radharani and the gopis know
They'll come to know.
that what Krishna has been up to. Yes, no, it cannot be hidden. So Krishna is like, what happened? I've been coming after killing a demon. Like, you should be happy about it, and you're telling me to stay away. So Radharani is like, yes, we understand you have killed a demon, but the demon was also a male form of a cow.
From the
So
cow
killing of
family.
a cow is a
Yeah.
sin, as we know that. So then Krishna is like, right, okay, fine. So what do I need to do now? So Radharani says, you have to undergo the atonement now.
Okay.
That you have killed it, so you have to go through the atonement. And Krishna, because Radharani is the object of love of Krishna, whatever Radharani will say,
He'll
Krishna
follow.
will believe it.
Yes.
He wouldn't fight, he wouldn't say anything. He'd be like, okay, you tell me what I need to do. So then Radharani tells Krishna that, okay, you'll have to go and take bath in all the holy places
Okay.
because you have
Big
to do
task.
the atonement. Yes, it's a big task. So then Krishna is like, right, I'm not going to be leaving Vrindavan. Vrindavan is right dear to Krishna,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to leave. And of course, because Radharani and gopis are there, he doesn't want to leave it.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I don't want to leave, but what I can do is I can have all the holy places right here.
Okay.
So then, just with his heel, he doesn't have to put in an extra effort.
Yes.
Just with his heel, he dig in the floor where they were getting together for the Rasa Leela and made a beautiful pond there. And he asked all the holy places to come in there.
Yeah.
And now all the holy places have come in there. But you see, Radharani and Sakhis, they're not less intelligent. They're like, how are we going to believe you that, this is all holy
They've come.
places.
Yeah.
Everything is here. Like how
Mm.
it is like,
Yes.
how we have to use our intelligence to ask the question that how this is happening. So then one by one, the holy places started to come up and say, I'm Ganga, I'm Yamuna, I'm Saraswati. So that way, the gopis and Radharani were
They
satisfied
believed
that
it.
yes. And then Krishna went in there and had his bath. So now all his sins were cleared. So then
So
he
that
comes
was
out.
Shamakund, is it? Shamkund.
No, that
No.
was
Okay.
in Shamakund. Yes, that
Okay.
was in Shamakund.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So he did that. And now Krishna is like, fine, I am all purified now.
Yes.
What about you guys now?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have also come in
Yeah.
not in touch so much, but you have also seen me. So now you are also not purified. And anyways, I don't know that you have never done some spiritual activities. So maybe you all also should be purified and come and take bath in my Shamakund. But Radharani is like, no, that Shamkund is already not purified because you have taken
Taken
bath
a
in
dip
there.
now. Yes.
Yes, so we cannot go and do it. So they're like, okay, no problem. We can make our own pond. So
Challenge
then
accepted.
yes, so now it's a competition. Like, we're going to make our pond. Okay, no problem. So then they see where the horns of the Arishta Sura were dropped on the ground. It left a dip there.
Okay.
So that become like a starting point for Radharani and the Sakhis.
Yeah.
So then they all started taking out their bangles because, of course, they need something to dig a hole.
Dig them. Yeah.
So then they smartly thought about their bangles. So then they take their bangles out, and all the Sakhis and Radharani start digging that hole. So now they have also made a beautiful pond. Now, what do they need next? Is the water.
Yeah.
So now Krishna again comes around and he's like, yeah, I've got plenty of water. All the holy places are in there. Come and take the water. Radharani is like, no, because you have taken the bath in there. That's not pure. So we don't need that one. And I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but Manasi Ganga is very close to where the Radha Kund, Sham Kund is. So Mansi Ganga comes in the same parikrama of the Govardhan. So Mansi Ganga is like, around 5 kilometers away from there. So Radharani is like, yeah, we know Mansi Ganga is just there. We are lots of us. We will get our pots ready and we'll start getting water from the Manasi
Okay.
Ganga. because there were quite many Sakhis and they were
Yes.
confident that they can do it. So now they start taking their pots and started to bring it. So when they're bringing, of course, they're getting tired.
Yeah.
5 kilometers is easier said than done.
Yeah.
So if they have to go all the way 5 kilometers, get a pot and slowly
Yeah.
fill, of course, they were getting tired. They could see perspiration. Now Krishna knew
Krishna
that,
can't see that.
that- yes, because Krishna can't say that. But at the same time, Radharani and Sakhis are not going to be listened to Krishna if
Yes.
Krishna is going to be making any other offer. So then the holy places who were in there, they
Mm-hmm.
also saw that the Radharani is getting so
Right.
tired.
Yes.
So then they collaboratively decide, and one of them comes out and with
Mm-hmm.
folded hands pray to Srimati Radharani that Srimati Radharani, please give us a chance to serve you.
Mm-hmm.
We have gathered here. We will like to come and fill your pond as well.
Can't. Yeah.
Yes, and Radharani, we all know how merciful
Yeah.
Radharani is. Just by those holy rivers
Prayers.
praying, just
Mm.
by praying to Radharani, Radharani accepted their request and invited all the rivers to come to
Mhm.
her pond.
Okay.
And then they had the bath in their pond. So that is how the appearance of Radha Kund
Okay.
came.
Such a
So
beautiful
yes, it's
pastime. Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful to hear again and
Yes.
again and read from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as well,
Mm-hmm.
how he explains it. So it's beautiful. So once
Yeah.
this pond was made, then
Mm-hmm.
Krishna gave the benediction that, now Radharani, your pond will be most dear to me, just like
Mm.
as you are dear to me.
Yeah.
And the same thing Radharani said to Krishna as well, that your pond, which is Shamkund, will be very dear to me. So, and that's how they performed their loving exchange there and had a beautiful rasa performance
Mm.
after that.
Okay. Good to know. So, is there a connection between like Bahula Ashtami and the appearance of Radha Kund?
So in our scriptures, there's not much mention about Bahula Ashtami.
Mm-hmm.
But Bahula Ashtami is a festival that is celebrated in Vrindavan
Mm-hmm.
on this day. So
Okay.
that is why the connection that says, because it is on the 8th day of the Kartik month when the
Okay.
appearance of Radha Kund and Sham Kund happened at the night
Happened.
time.
Yeah.
And Bahula Ashtami, which is a pastime where a tiger was going to eat the cow in the
Mm-hmm.
forest. When the cow pleaded that, I have a little calf, let me go one last time to go and serve and let my calf had my milk, and then I'll come back to you, and then you can eat me.
Mm-hmm.
And to be precise, Tiger was actually very generous. He let the cow go.
Mm.
And then when cow went, of course she was in tears, but she asked her calf that, okay, this is the last time. You please have my milk as much as you want. And after that, you won't get an opportunity.
Yeah.
And then the calf said, why are you saying all this to the cow? And then cow is like, yes, I asked Tiger to come and do this thing for the last time and he wants to eat me, so I'll be going.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very sad moment for the cow and calf. All these things, a Brahmana was hearing it. That
Okay.
Brahmana whose house this cow and calf used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that Brahmana said, no, no, you both don't need to go because you, mother and child, need to be with each
Stay
other.
together.
I
Yeah.
will go to I'll go to the
Okay.
tiger and I'll let be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So he was ready to sacrifice. Then all the three didn't want anybody else to go, but they wanted
Okay.
themselves to go. This is the
That's the
mood
sacrifice
that we
level.
see.
Yes.
This is the mood we see in Vrindavan. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if we have that mood of the last Rasagulla or the Gulab Jamun on a Sunday feast. Who's going to
Yeah.
get it? Yeah,
True.
yeah. So that mood that Vrindavan had. So all the three actually ended up going into Tiger's den.
Okay.
All the three be like, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are
Mm.
you here? And then, anyways, Krishna knows everything. So Krishna ends up coming there with his Sudarshan, and then he offers Tiger. Not that he had to give any offerings to Tiger for let them go. He could have just killed Tiger, but he still
Yes.
gave Tiger an offer that if you don't eat any of them, I'll be giving you liberation.
Okay.
So that's how Tiger didn't eat anybody. So yeah, in Vrindavan, from years and years, they have been celebrating Bahula Ashtami
Okay.
on this 8th day. But unfortunately, yeah, there's not much mention of this
Mm.
in our Bhagavatam or even
Yeah.
in Krishna.
They just fall on the
Most
same day, so that's how maybe they have linked it.
correct. So
Yeah.
that's how we see that, it's a beautiful connection we
Mm.
see between the two. Yeah.
Okay. So I think now our viewers would like to know, like, is it allowed to take a dip in Radha Kund or Sham Kund? Like, what is the scenario now, like in today's world?
Right. Look, if you read Nectar of Instruction by Rupa Goswami, in text 11, it is mentioned in the purport that even if you take one time bath, all your sins will be cleared
Mm.
off and you'll be going back home, back to Godhead.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
there is a little thing which is also mentioned there that if you don't have any material desires,
Mm. That's important.
because you see, yeah, because you see, Radha Kund is none other than Srimati Radharani.
Correct.
So if we need to take a bath in there, that means our feet are
It's
the
touching.
first ones which are going to be touching the water. So if I think what I remember by hearing and think on the day of the appearance of the Radha Kund,
Mhm.
everybody gathers at night time because that is the
That
appearance
is
of
when they
Radha
appear.
Kund.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have a dip in that as well.
Mhm.
But Srila Prabhupada, he never encouraged the devotees to have
Okay.
a bath in there.
Mhm.
So he's never done it. So if you ever see ISKCON devotees, very recently in the month of last November, December, I happened to attend the Govardhan retreat.
Okay.
So from there, we were taken for the parikrama. That was my second time actual
Mhm.
Pad Parikrama. And in that also the Prabhuji who was leading the session, when we got to Radha Kund and Sham Kund, he asked us to take out our japa malas,
Mhm.
put them into the water of Radha Kund and
Okay.
get the mercy
Yeah.
and take the water, sprinkle on your head
Mhm.
and making sure our feet are not touching the water. And
Yes.
we left our footwears outside the Radha
Yeah.
Kund. We didn't even take our footwears
Mm.
inside. But yes, in our ISKCON and following the Srila Prabhupada's mission, yes, this was never encouraged by Srila Prabhupada. But
Mm.
again, if devotees want to, I've also heard in Vrindavan a lecture where they said if you ask the permission of your spiritual master,
Okay.
and if your spiritual master is allowing you to go,
Mm.
then please go. Or
Yeah.
otherwise, those 3 sprinkles and
Yes.
asking for the mercy of Srimati Radharani,
Correct.
it's it's perfect to
Yes.
do at this stage. And that is a check for ourselves as well, that if
Exactly.
we want to be qualified to take a
Yeah.
bath in Radha Kund, let's start working on
Correct.
our material
Because with so
desires. Like
many material desires still within us, I mean, we are definitely not eligible. But yes, we can
correct,
go and pray there so that we can be eligible for
absolutely.
that someday. Yeah.
Absolutely. Again,
So,
all by
Mataji,
the
you were
mercy.
really fortunate that you visited Radha Kund and you had a parikrama there. What was the experience? How did you feel? When that's a place where Radha and Krishna were actually present, and that's something that's still
Absolutely.
present in this world. How did you feel there, Mataji?
It was very good. So the first time I had parikrama was in 2012
Mm-hmm.
with ISKCON devotees from ISKCON Vrindavan.
Okay.
So they took us around place to place and showed the importance of every place
Yeah.
that comes in between the parikrama. It was a part of the Govardhan parikrama. And this time again, I had the fortune of going with the senior devotees who could share with us all the hidden pastimes of all those places which are still here in this material world for us
Yes.
to fill up our jar
Yeah.
with their mercy so that we can all develop that Krishna prema. So it was a beautiful experience knowing the importance and There was one interesting thing that happened this time, which I do not remember from our last parikrama. We were told that there have been lots of widows there now at Radha Kund.
Okay.
So whenever we go and visit Radha Kund during our parikrama, we should give them some donation as per our capabilities. Like that was a very important thing. We were informed kind of a day before to get organized, because at our retreat, because we were going next morning 5 o'clock. So they informed to us, keep some change ready with you, and then please,
that's a good idea.
if it's
It's good to know.
possible. Yeah, so that was something, I missed during my last time, but now it has definitely happened. And they over there are lots of pandas, they are called, and they do some prayers as well with you. Again, if you feel like doing it to be a part of it, but if
Whoever
not,
wants to.
just very peacefully. I remember one time going to Radha Kund. It was a scorching afternoon, few years back, I think, and we were not doing the walking parikrama because it was an afternoon. It was very hot, and we were not part of any retreat or anything, but we still wanted to visit Radha Kund, right? And then we ended up going in the auto rickshaw that you hire there, and then you can go
There to go to
around.
parikrama.
Yeah, so we got down there, and then we started walking in our footways because it was very hot.
Very
And
hot,
we thought that, when we will get closer where the kund
We'll
actually
remove,
starts, we'll remove it. Like, this was the awareness. And of course, we had no socks or nothing.
Yeah.
And then there was nobody. It was afternoon, 12:30, 1 o'clock. We couldn't see anybody, right? And we decided to do this thing. And as we started to do, started to go a bit closer. Somebody came on a bike from somewhere and said, beep, 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 stop, stop, stop. You cannot take your footwears there. Like, So that's when, those realizations
You realize that.
come, sometimes we try to cut shortcuts, which is not right.
Nobody's watching.
How nobody's watching how pure the Radha Kund is. From there, I had that connection that, okay, like, this, even if we think nobody's watching, there's always something
Always there.
happening. Always.
Definitely. Okay, I'm sure our devotees and our viewers who have been watching us for last half an hour now and hearing this beautiful pastime, they would definitely make plans to visit Vrindavan as soon as possible and take mercy from Radha Rani and Krishna from the Radha Kund and Sham Kund that's present still to date. And we are very fortunate that we have this opportunity and now we have the knowledge that we can actually go and take the blessings from there. So thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing this beautiful pastime with us and sharing the wonderful knowledge and from various texts and books that you have referred. It was wonderful having a conversation with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.